John Collins came upon the open field at precisely 12 midnight, not a minute before and not a minute after, but precisely at midnight. And when I say precisely, I do mean precisely. Hello, my name is E. Christopher Clark, Chris Clark for short, and you're watching Making the Book. This week we're discussing my story, Two Weirdos, a Shovel, and Lots of Open Land, which is available in my collection, Those Little Bastards, and that's available at echristopherclark.com. John Collins came upon the open field at precisely 12 midnight, not a minute before and not a minute after, but precisely at midnight. And when I say precisely, I do mean precisely. He looked at his watch after wiping the sweat from his brow with the sleeve of his white turtleneck. John was thirsty, and he was tired, and most of all, he was pissed off. Another fight with Connie meant another voyage into the wilderness. John Collins came upon the open field at precisely 12 midnight, not a minute before and not a minute after, but precisely at midnight, and well, you get the point. Sitting in the middle of the field were two strange-looking men, one very tall and the other, well, he was pretty normal. It's hard to describe what the other one looked like because, well, he kind of looked like everyone else. And trying to describe everyone else would be quite a chore, considering I'm not quite sure who everyone else is. I bet you thought that I was going to start this paragraph with John Collins came upon the open field, blah, 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 blah. You were wrong. And so was John in thinking that he came upon the open field at 12 midnight exactly. He had forgotten his watch had stopped for but a moment last Thursday during his weekly card game with the guys. And so, he had actually entered the field at 12 midnight and 1 second, and not 12 midnight, as previously thought. John Collins came upon the open field at 12 midnight and 1 second, and that is the last time I'm going to say that. He saw the two weirdos sitting there in the middle of all this open land, and all they had with them, or so it seemed from as far away as he was a large metal shovel. This story was not supposed to be successful. By successful, I mean nobody was supposed to like it. Outside of a few people in my intro to fiction class who got all of the in-jokes. It was really surprising to me that once it got outside of the realm of that class, it actually got funnier. It turned out that most of the people in the intro to fiction class couldn't take a joke and were somewhat upset that they were being poked fun at. The whole story was sort of a reaction to how overly critical and overly serious everyone in the class seemed to take themselves. And it was a reaction to some of the really stupid things that people say in workshop. My advice to those of you who may be sending work out to friends or sitting around a table at Panera or Starbucks with friends, my advice to you is to take everything that's said with a grain of salt. Not everybody is going to have something intelligent to say about your story. Hopefully your friends will. So if it's just friends, hopefully they'll have something to say. But if you're, in a class and people say a lot of dumb things, it's okay to ignore them. It really is. You've got my permission. Two Weirdos, a Shovel, and Lots of Open Land is available along with 15 other short stories in my collection, Those Little Bastards, which is available at echristopherclark.com. And a special announcement for you this week to tide you over until the next Making the Book. We're going to be putting this entire story up on Twitter. Just an idea I had. So line by line, on Wednesday, you will get to see the entire text of Two Weirdos, a Shovel, and Lots of Open Land. All you need to do is follow me at twitter.com/ECC1977. See you next time on Making the Book.